All right, welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green and Possible Landscapes. My name is Joe, and I will be your handler for this operation. I am joined by three of my very, very good friends. No bullshit this time. I love them. They're great. I am joined. I'm joined by Dace.
I don't believe them.
A yogurt boy.
Gross. And you know, Brad, that's why I don't say it very often, because that's the response I get. That's Brad playing Hank.
Hello.
And of course, Jean playing Benedict.
I don't know if I belong here. I don't know.
It's right before we started. Dace, Dace said that. What you said? You said what was a surprising combo?
I just said, you know what's a great combo? Yogurt and coffee. And you looked at me like I was a goddamn demon.
Because I thought you were talking about putting the yogurt in the coffee like creamer. Which turned out to not be what you were talking about.
You eat the yogurt, you drink the coffee, it enhances the flavor of both.
I have to try
It's
yogurt
like
in my
a
coffee now.
millennial version of milk bread.
Milk bread. Bread milk.
Bread milk.
Yogurt coffee.
Oh god. Guys, I had something I wanted to bring up to you. About a week ago, Dace texted me at about 11 o'clock at night.
He does that to you too.
Yeah, he texted me about 11
I'm sorry
o'clock
for
at
all
night.
the nudes.
And it wasn't his normal 11 o'clock texting. It was something unique, something novel. He's like, dude, Dragon Court is back. Dragon Court was this old text-based RPG that I was originally told about by my older sister when I was about 8 years old. It was a Java browser-based little thing. And basically someone got the abandonware and revamped it, hosted a new server for it, and Dace and I have been spending a lot of time getting
Yes, we have.
biggest nostalgia rush that I've had in a long time. And I can't, I feel like if we were talking about it, we're like, I had asked Dace, I was like, do you think Jean and Brad would like it? Do you think they would get it? And Dace was like, no, I don't think so, because they literally don't have the nostalgia. Associated
fair.
with
Yeah,
it, right?
it's not at the same level. Yeah.
I mean, I'll start by saying it's literally the biggest nostalgia rush that I've ever gotten.
It was freaky.
Yeah. It's like a little time capsule.
You said that it's unique in the fact that you can only do so many missions, then you have to wait literally 24 hours before you can redo a set of missions.
There's a countdown on the main webpage that resets every 24 hours, and you have a finite amount of quests, and that's what makes it
Addictive.
addicting.
If
So
they
I'm
had
surprised,
monetized
how
that
did-
model back then, they'd have made a
Y'all
lot
had-
of money.
Yeah.
Y'all had internet that far back?
It was dial-up, man. This was over dial-up, you know?
This is probably why
Crazy.
we were able to play it, because it's so low tech.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think I actually got around to showing you, but it's just
I'm just looking at pictures right now.
images and text. And
Yeah.
That's
point
all
and
it
click.
is. Yeah. But my question, so to that point, so this is obviously something that Dace and I have shared recently. Because Dace and I were didn't we become friends when we were about 8? Isn't that basically when we kind of started regularly hanging out together?
Yep.
So do you guys have a nostalgic video game or something you go back to that's definitely a huge part of your childhood that just scratches that itch for you? Like Jean, you've got to have one. You've got to have one that's I don't know. Yeah, I mean, because you're what, 50? So it's
It was marbles for him.
tiddlywinks.
In my day, we used to play with
Pushing the circle with the stick down the old road.
No, we had tires. Okay, we have tires. We do tires down the road. With
Oh, I
sticks.
thought you were gonna say you do that thing where you get inside the tire and then have someone roll you down a hill.
Okay, that's actually some
All right,
Mississippi bullshit.
Yeah, that's some Mississippi bullshit.
So
Well, John's
I
not that
would
much
say,
older than us.
do you guys ever have? No, I'm not. I'm like
Literally a couple years.
Do you guys ever play Wacky Wheels?
No.
Is it a video game
Is
or
this
just a game in
something that you
general?
played with your creepy uncle?
Oh no. Uh-oh.
What? Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, it was pretty much like Mario Kart. It was pre-Mario Kart, and it was like 2D sprites, and you were racing along a
Okay.
track, and you got to shoot hedgehogs
Hell yeah.
at other
you did.
people, and it would make them
Wait,
spin out.
You shot
and
the
you could
hedgehogs
be-
were the projectiles?
Yeah,
No, it just
yeah.
makes
If you got hit
sense.
by a
Naturally.
hedgehog, you also have to collect hedgehogs
Okay.
Why not?
by driving over.
As one does. What system
and
was
this
this
is my
on?
nostalgia hit. I can't remember. I played it on my computer,
Okay.
so maybe MS DOS.
Oh, Roger. Wow.
A Commodore?
No.
What about you, Brad?
I wouldn't say I have one that I go back to that I would still get enjoyment, but I mean, I played the shit out of Star Fox 64.
Star Fox. I was gonna guess that for you. I fucking knew that was your answer.
It's and it, like the big thing. It's hard to get the medal on all of them. Like you
Yeah.
literally have to shoot everything that's on the screen that gets to you. Like on every level, you know, there's shit flying everywhere.
Were
And
you able to do that?
Yeah, I did on every one.
What?
The hardest
That's
one to
insane.
do is the I think it's like the Y sector right before you get to
Yeah.
the big bad planet on the hardest side route.
Right. Yeah, because there's two routes. There's a harder route and
And then
a
there's
not as
3
hard
middle
route.
planets that you can kind of dissect and go out
Right.
of if you know how to.
The bioweapon planets.
Yeah, and that one was so hard to get, but I finally.
Dude, I
got it.
cannot believe you got medals on that.
That's batshit crazy. You're a crazy person.
You're
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know how I was saying to Joe when he was doing Axel to just explain his regular life before, and I gained respect for him? I think I lost it. I'm sorry.
but I will say, if we're talking about the oldest, like old ass video games, the oldest one I can remember was a computer game with the dude with the bow, and you're shooting the balloons. Do you all remember that?
Oh,
And he's like going up and down.
Yeah.
Shit. There's an I know the name of the character. It's on the tip of my tongue. They put him in Super Smash Brothers. Melee.
Oh, really?
Or maybe not Melee. Maybe the other one. He's like a Kid Icarus. Is that it?
I don't think that's the same
no,
person.
no.
But
Oh, something else.
PK
Ness.
something or other.
it's not
Ness,
Ness.
that's
This
it.
is just
Ness,
like a
something else.
random balloon
Oh,
archer computer game.
Yeah.
Let me look up. I don't know what it was called.
Well, it's a good thing for us, looking at the demographics of who listens to the show, that they're our age or a little older. So fantastic! It's like everyone else is going to.
Like my age.
Apparently,
like
it's just
50.
an old game called Bow and Arrow.
Wow, very. The naming conventions hadn't advanced back then.
Yeah.
well, that kind of makes me think of. Did y'all ever fuck around with Newgrounds.com?
Hell yeah,
I know
dude!
you
All the
did.
good
Yes.
Java games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All the ridiculously violent
Wow.
shooters on there,
And ridiculously lewd games on there that very
Oh, yeah.
young people had access
That's
to.
my first introduction to porn, honestly.
Right.
I mean, if we're talking about
Hi,
that.
Mom.
Not porn, but just like old websites. Strong Bad, fucking hilarious shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strong Bad. That's just
Fatpie.com,
Newgrounds, I
the
think.
weird, messed up cartoons that are also kind of funny.
Dude, some Neopets.
Salad
Remember
salad.
some
Oh,
Neopets?
Neopets.
Salad.
I went hard on
Neopets was good. Man, that is
I remember I
Back
had
when there was
a
only
Lupe.
50 websites on the internet.
right. Yeah, man, what a absolutely batshit blast from the past. And speaking of blasts from the past, last time on Impossible Landscapes, you see that seamless transition?
No, I want to talk more about old internet. Go ahead.
That's on. You can do that on your other podcast.
Okay.
The last time, the guys, the team, M-Cell. Are you guys even still M-Cell at this point? Who can say? Last time, you guys are continuing to go down this trail of what the fuck is happening in Boston. How do we get to the Broad Albin? You guys escaped the Dorchester. You scathed the Dorchester, and you basically went underground, because it became very clear that Delta Green was after you. Some things have changed. Some things about you guys have changed. You guys were kind of enlisted to do some stuff for Mr. Wild. You decided to not do that. That as much as Delta Green was after you, that you still didn't think it was exactly the right thing to drop a supernatural nuclear weapon in the middle of Boston. For whatever reason. Right? You guys then started to figure out some of this. You guys went back to Barb's house. You encountered this giant kind of like clockwork music box thing that seemed to tell a story. You guys have begun to here and there encounter... You guys had first seen it all the way back in 1995. These individuals with these gas masks, these trench coats and gas masks, running around, killing mannequins. But now it seems they're showing up around you. You guys reached out to some demons. Got a bit of a safe house from Malthius and Malthius. You guys then got a bunch of guns, but it's kind of fun. And the last episode that we had with you, you guys retreated back to the house, and because you wanted to track down some stuff about someone from Benji's past. This, what was it?
T-Model Ford,
yeah,
right?
Is it T-Model Ford or is it the other one?
It's T-Model.
Are you talking about the Blues Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's T-Model Ford.
Yeah, T-Model Ford, his mysterious death in 2007, that seems like it might be linked to the mysterious death of a theater student. Seems like there are a lot of mysterious deaths around some weird screenplay that was presented in 2007, and that everyone around it seems to die, and I believe it has been posited by, I can't remember if it was by Hank or Benedict. This smells like a Delta Green cleanup. The last thing that we experienced is, as you guys were in the safe house, was two things. One, that you guys were being observed from afar by another one of these masked figures. And the very last thing, you guys observed down on the street, as the construction workers are all showing up for their day of work, you guys observed this scene of this man, running. This man in a gas mask running, and these other men in gas masks running. And then when you guys went to go look, I believe it was Hank.
Yeah, he stepped outside to look where this person hid behind a bush or something.
Right. He steps out where these construction workers are and is met by an odd scene. Literally, an odd scene. As he goes behind, he sees the construction workers they have scripts, and they're reading lines that are very construction workers-esque, like, "Hey, Vinny, move it over here," and, damn contractors, and stuff like that. And they're kind of like play acting, sawing props and hammering at walls. When you're building a settlement in Fallout 4 and then someone just goes and hits and bangs on a wall and they're not actually doing anything, like the NPCs. That's what you guys see. And it's become very, very clear that not all in Boston might be as it seems. So, to this end, we'll say that by this point, we'll start it I guess my first question is to Brad. What does Hank do? You kind of come around the corner, you see these guys, and as soon as they see you, they're like, and they kind of all go back to what they were doing. They stick these papers in their back pockets, or in their inside their shirts or something, and they all kind of go back to their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, remind me, so what were we doing prior to this? We were at this neighborhood that the realtor / demon kind of got us this house for, and we were just laying low here, trying to figure out what we're going to do next.
Right. One of the things that you guys were trying to figure out was you were kind of investigating and trying to chase down some leads, not just for the Broad Alban, which is your superordinate goal, but to actually try to figure out what's going on with this play that happened. How much does that matter to us?
Didn't we reach out to a family member of T-Model Ford?
You attempted to.
That's how we found this out. Was that over the phone?
It was. Wendy or Wenji. The difference between Benji, Wenji, and Wendy is beginning. Because I'm not sure if you remember as well, there was a bit where Wenji attempted to remove the cloak.
Oh yeah, they are getting lost within maybe the character they're playing.
Is beginning to get
Is it a
lost as
character
well.
anymore?
Yeah.
The lines are blurry.
The lines are getting...
Well, to that end, I think Hank literally saw a mannequin as well, like just laying on the ground. I don't know if that's still there when he looks, but to that end, he does have repressed paranoia. He's just going to, I don't want to give you an opportunity to roll a sanity check, Joe, but just he's gonna have tunnel vision, and this is kind of maybe
you
a
filthy metagame.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
If he has repressed paranoia, maybe he's just he could see if he actually starts talking to these people and asking them what's really going on, or what are they doing here? Are they really construction workers? Then he's just kind of giving into the paranoia, and maybe he'll just kind of have tunnel vision, walk back to the house, to the guys.
You know what?
And
I
be
think that I'm going to be frank with you right now. I think that seeing all of this and come to this realization,
it has to be paranoia.
That it is. I think that that's going to be difficult, right? Oh shit! Wait, are you immune to helplessness?
Yes.
To sanity damage from help? Oh, you son of a bitch. All right. Okay. So the way that immunity works, it does not mean you never take damage from that area. It means you always succeed. Some sanity rolls have a minimum amount of damage, like 1, or, like the really, really big stuff. Like, if you pass, you lose 1d4. If you fail, you lose 1d20. I think that happened to Louis. Right? It was like... So you automatically pass any exposure to helplessness type sanity damage. Hank, you think a less hardened man might have had trouble with this, but you just put your fucking head down and walk back across the street.
Hank is so fucking hard right now.
So hard.
He walks in to Benedict and Benji, and says he's gonna be like, I think we should. It's getting too hot here. I think we should. He's frustrated. There's we've had so many dead ends. I don't even know if I trust this place we're staying. I mean, it was literally given to us by some demon. Maybe we should.
Demonist.
They have been pretty good to us so far, I have to admit. But outside of that, maybe it's worth looking into this. You said you had an acquaintance that died in Chicago. Benji, I could stand to leave Boston for a little bit and investigate this lead.
What's your plan, Hank?
To leave Boston and investigate this lead.
So, you want to go to Chicago?
That's what I think. That's what I want to do. I mean, it's up to if y'all have any other suggestions, I just don't know. We're not getting any close to the Broad album. That's the end goal here, as far as I'm concerned. And
there's a delightful Southeast Asian neighborhood I know of in Chicago.
Wait, isn't it 2015? Oh shit!
I don't know.
Oh,
There's still Southeast
You're gonna
Asians.
break my brain. Don't do this to me, John.
Like you guys go
what
to
did I
get some
do?
pork bonzao and there's a car sitting outside.
I can't.
Oh, that's gonna be
My
hard.
brain can't handle holding two fictional worlds at the same time.
I mean, what's really keeping us here?
Tip of the iceberg.
We can always come back. We got the name of who's the realtor? Demon
Malpheus or
Malpheus.
Whichever one. Yeah.
You know,
Patricia McSwain.
I don't.
We still have Victor's bottle. What did we do with that?
Popped it open.
And there was nothing. And I think Wenji tried to drink whatever was.
There's
in
nothing
there.
inside.
Yeah, it sounds like something I'd do.
What do you guys want to do?
That's what I
I
think.
think this is a good plan.
Road trip?
I think it's a get plan. We have nothing for
Yeah,
us
things are
here.
getting too hot. They're getting too
I don't-
weird. I mean,
Yeah, out of
What?
out of character, just from a bigger standpoint, it's been quite a while since we've played Impossible Landscapes.
Right.
So,
Fair.
what do we want to do? What is our plan here? What's our next?
Can I roll an intelligence?
You can always roll a good old-fashioned intelligence.
I will get.
well,
an
panning out,
intelligence hint.
I frankly don't think we have any leads, but I think it does lean into Hank just seeing this weird dialogue between the construction workers, and he's kind of panicking. He wants to get out of that area. And I mean, what else do we have? Besides, how did we learn about this student again, Joe? This art student?
You'd originally had found his name on the bottle, and then when you had begun to investigate him, that's when you'd seen, like, not only were the circumstances that Hank was able to determine about the investigation of his death, that he was randomly killed in a random mugging, randomly, supposedly, that there was some feel from Hank's
His
kind of
girlfriend
perspective
hanged herself.
his girlfriend killed herself, and then it's like other people around this, and that was when you kind of guys figured out, like, it turns out T Model 4 died of an overdose, and the whole thing that from Benji's background was T Model 4 didn't use heroin,
Yeah.
so it's like it was odd, and it also happened shortly after this so-called premiere of this still unnamed film.
Okay, so there's a connection there. Is that the only lead
also
we have?
the message. We have the message from Abby, which is maybe an overarching thing to keep focus on.
Yeah.
Asking us to find the hotel, Broad Albin, the hotel, the labyrinth,
Yeah.
the author, the bottle, the city, the lake,
Correct.
the shadow, the bottle.
I mean,
Yes,
that's why
but-
Hank's so focused on Broad Album, but we just literally can't. We don't have any leads on where it is.
Well, we have two options. We can either investigate this mysterious film, or we can just do a hard research into Broad Albin, like internet, library, old archives. Just try to figure out anything we can about it.
Tried that.
Yeah.
but We can maybe try it again. Yeah.
Did we roll shitty when we did it?
I mean,
Because we tend to roll shitty sometimes.
We tend to roll shitty.
Well,
Benedict just had a 43 under 70 for intelligence.
Okay.
Roll.
Benedict, I will tell you, like, from the research you guys had done previously in the Broad Albin, you had done something pretty rudimentary. Like, you basically tried to, like, look it up, and you couldn't find anything. You still do have the original lead from 1995 that that at least in the picture where Asa Darabandi appears in front of it, that it was in New York. It was at some point. You are fairly certain, but when you'd went there, you didn't find it. Instead, you ended up running into our good old friend, Robert, and his bookshop.
In the bookshop. Okay. What if the entire location of Broad Albin has been shifted into the night floors? What if we search for it within the labyrinth?
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, I'm assuming they are one and the same. Like the night floors is the Hotel Broad Album. Like where we fucking talked to in the very first chapter when we went to the night floors. I'm assuming that was the Broad Album we were in because it was very hotel.
It had that feel of a hotel.
That's an assumption, but it tracks.
Yeah, maybe we missed that we were actually in the hotel and the smoking lounge with Mosby.
Yeah, that is the Broad Album, basically, as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe.
Can we roll some sort of recall knowledge check to see if there's ornate coasters on the bar counter that had like a bee on them or something?
I will say, I will just go ahead and tell you that there are, if you think back, like, one of the things that you had found, there was a piece of information that you had found. Oh, it's actually here on the screen here. Let me actually get this pulled up so that those watching can see this as well. Yes, the napkin. The napkins that had the where Barbas had drawn. Yes, you guys had found maps, and also there were. No, it was the map. Yeah, that you guys had originally found. Where, let me see.
Are you posting this on the murder board?
No, it's already on the murder board. I'm actually going to. I'm going to ping it. I'm going to pull you to it.
Murder she board.
Yes, here we go. I don't know about that, but your song. But it's.
Murder she board.
So he's just gonna let it
And who wrote this little diagram? Drew this?
You don't know.
But where do we find this?
I believe you found this. I think you either found this in Abigail's apartment, or you found it in the room in the Boxer Hotel. It was one or the other.
Yeah.
I believe so.
For the listeners, it's a napkin that says Hotel Broad Albin, New York City, and then it's got a little diagram. It says basement and some corridors, and then it says another room with JL bottle.
We found this in her hotel because we had this napkin when we tried to actually find the hotel the first time in New York, and then we ran into the bookshop because I remember having this, and that was prior to finding it. Anyway.
All right.
So,
But-
What does that tell us?
well,
I mean, I'm thinking the night floors of the Broad Albin. How we get to the night floors, I don't know. What the labyrinth is, I don't know.
Well, Benedict has superpowers now, so we can pretty much get to the night floors whenever, I think.
the mirror thing.
The mirror.
I thought you just tried that too, and something happened. Like you couldn't use.
Well, we decided to bail out of it. We got scared. Benedict got scared, and we got distracted. After he started tracing the sign on the mirror, and it started becoming.
I think that one of the big worries was like,
Getting-
we don't want to lose all of our guns we just got.
correct. We
that
got
was a part of it.
scared by not having ammo.
All right.
Against.
So
the
so here's my
horrors in the
question.
mirror.
There are 3 people in a building trying to decide if they're going on a road trip to Chicago or not.
Wouldn't we... Get...
I'm not flying. Wenji. Do you remember Peanuts and Bugs?
That did
We're
happen
not
once.
flying. We're driving.
Well, I mean, this has got to do with your mentor's death. I would assume out of everyone standing here that you would want to get to the bottom of this, Benji.
My
Interesting.
mentor?
Would Wenji care?
Which...
Roll a power roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
nice.
Good call. Bringing up a character sheet, blah, blah, blah. Rolling a power roll. Plus 40. Just kidding.
All right. 13
That
under
passed.
60. Benji is, in this case, is in control. And I think that Benji does definitely care. You know, and even
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
even in this moment,
I
as you
think,
guys look at Wenji, it's
The
a
facial expression changes.
well, like
And, like-
the screen of Wendy Wright becomes a little more transparent in this moment. You can see a little more of Benji.
And he sort of, I guess, yeah, he sort of like shakes his head. What'd you say about T-Model? T-Model's dead?
Listen, I'm not going to explain the whole 30-minute conversation.
That's fair.
but let's just say we have a lead. You already knew he was dead, I thought.
T-Mont, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
And Benji knows everything that's been talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like he's been gone this whole time.
Just not sure about it.
Just been like forced back.
Yeah.
Wendy's
Yeah.
personality.
He's been like observing this whole time.
Do we think Benji's back now? Like with that power roll, is like he in control, Or how does this
I would say
work?
at least in this moment. If you want to try to remove the cloak again, we can talk about that.
Oh, so okay. So because of that power roll, Benji is back, and he has to be aware that he's been like being held prisoner in his own head. So yeah, I think
Is he gonna take it off?
he's gonna try.
Oh,
All right.
Benedict. If Benedict sees it, can Benedict? Let me just do a alertness. Can Benedict see whether this is about to happen?
He'd be freaked out. He'd be fucking hysterical. Get this fucking
He
thing
fails.
off me! Get this fucking cursed thing off me! I lost myself.
Benedict goes to like try
All
to help
right.
him.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay,
fucking
it's all right.
do.
Let me
You
help you.
dumb son of a bitch.
What about Hank?
Hank, look at me! Look at me, Hank!
don't.
Spinning
I mean, I
away,
think
spinning
Hank's
aside.
oblivious of this. He just thought it was Benji the whole time, just with a disguise on.
He does not
Don't look
low
away.
Q-bit there.
a prognosia.
Don't look away.
He can't really make out
Okay.
faces.
All right. So you're gonna try to take this fucking thing off.
Yes.
All right. Make me another power roll. If you're gonna yell for Benedict's help, and if Benedict's gonna help,
Benedict
then you
is
can take a
helping.
plus 20 on your power.
Come on, Benji. Come back to us, buddy. I miss you. Fucking
Oh my
failure.
fucking god! A failure. An 85.
Oh.
Benedict. Benedict.
Benedict is like yanking at these ears that seem to be pretty securely
Oh,
fastened.
no, those
to
are Benji's
Wendy's
ears.
head.
Those are you're just
really,
tearing
though?
at real ears now.
Yeah.
No, there's a
it's
part of
Wenji.
you that there's a part of Benji that wells up within that's like no, I've got this. And I don't even think Benji knows if this is really just him being confident that he has this, or if this is like an addict's justification kind of thing. Like it's almost like that.
One point of information. Push for power roll.
Oh.
Push for
Yes.
willpower
This is a
burn.
great time to do that.
You're gonna
Thank
push.
you, Sean.
All right. So
gonna push for it.
roll that
God,
D4
I want this
first.
to
This
happen.
could go
Let's
really
roll that
badly.
D4 and burn that willpower.
Rolling a D4. That's a 4.
What's that leave you
Ouch.
at? Where does that put you?
Brutal.
Okay, that'll put me at, oh god, 2.
Does it?
Oh,
Have you-
this is the danger zone.
Have you
This is
guys
where-
noticed that 2s are typically a kind of bad place to be? Have you guys noticed that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bit of a threshold.
Okay, let me find something real quick. Oh, willpower points. Here it is. Okay. You're at 2?
Boom, boom, boom.
You're at
boom,
2.
boom. Turn into the danger zone.
So you're at 2, right?
Yes, I'm at 2. 2 willpower.
An agent whose willpower hits 1 or 2 has an emotional breakdown. The agent suffers negative 20% penalty to all actions until
Jesus.
willpower
God
rises
damn.
above 2.
So I just pushed to get a negative?
No, you'll still be at a net 0 because you're already at a pots of 20.
Okay, because Benedict is helping.
If
No,
you
because
fail
that's what
this,
you burned the willpower to get a advantage, right?
to get another chance.
To get another chance.
To get another chance.
Yeah.
But that
You just
roll
get
will be at a
chance,
negative.
But now you're at a permanent penalty
This is fucking wild.
for everything.
Okay. This is what happens when we throw new shit into the game. So you now
It is.
you get a flat power roll. To
But
see
why
if
did he
you
get a
miss.
positive power roll to begin with?
Because Benedict was helping
Oh,
us.
okay.
Benedict's
I got
helping.
you.
I was
Now
helping.
Benedict's still
To get the
helping,
cloak
but
off.
now he also has a negative 20. So now Benji is
Yeah.
really thrashing and really digging deep. If this goes poorly, I am going to have to fuck with you. You need to know that.
Hold still.
If this goes poorly,
Hold still.
I deserve to be fucked with. And Benji's like screaming at this point, like just fucking hysterical.
No.
Success!
So
Wow.
a 25%.
Nice.
Benedict. Oh my. She took me over. I don't know where I've been.
What is it?
Trapped in my own head. Fucking shit.
Well, that was pretty weird, Benji. That was pretty
It's like
weird.
hyperventilating. Like the first thing you see is just like Benedict looking into his eyes. And he's like, just so fucking comforted to be back.
What does this thing look like?
To be back in charge.
The actual just cloak when he throws it off.
It's like a multicolored cloak. Like imagine something that kind of has like a Turkish kind of Middle Eastern feel of its design of like multiple colors and like very finely made. With like a beautiful gold border on it.
Totally, that's what he'd do. He like
Get this fucking thing off me.
he like tears it off and like throws it on the floor and like gets his lighter out and starts to burn it.
Yeah, that's what Hank was going to suggest.
Fucking burn this motherfucker. This thing's fucking evil.
I would
Before
have to
that
agree with
happens-
Benji. Okay.
Before that happens, for the two other people in the room, could you please
Great.
roll me a sanity check?
There it is.
Success for
I
Benedict.
succeeded.
Failure for Hank. I will roll a d4 for you. 1. Both of you take 1 damage, 1 sanity damage. Does that take you past either of you past a breaking point? Are you still
No.
good?
No, we're good.
You
Because
both
we just got a
experienced
bunch
this.
back from some
You
reason.
did, because I had forgotten to give it to you previously. Those... You're gonna... So Benji is... Like I said, Benji has like a bit of an emotional breakdown. I mean, Benji is losing his shit. And he is going to... You're gonna try to find a lighter or something, and you could probably find something. You know?
Oh, I've definitely got a lighter on.
Oh, yeah,
me
he smokes,
already.
right? You start trying to light this thing. I see no reason for that not to work, quite frankly.
Turkish cloth is famously flammable.
Is it? Are the Turks really well known for making hyper flammable textiles?
It's known.
That's just okay. All right. I'll need your
just-
sources a little later for that. I need you to cite some sources. You guys stand here and watch this, and Benji, I imagine, is sobbing.
Yeah. He's breaking down.
You guys,
Can Benedict comfort him in any way?
you can. I mean, certainly. I mean, he's a fucking mess. This is fucked. Not only is this fucked, like the whole situation, like watching, keep in mind, like Benji and Benedict specifically have a mechanical bond. This is not only is this whole situation fucked, this thing is burning way hotter than it probably should.
Hank, I guess, kind of noticed this since he's not particularly just like trying to soothe Benji, and can he just like, I don't know, contain the fire, sort of trying to throw it in a trash can or something?
There's probably a bathtub.
Yeah.
Like the place is wired up with water. You could probably take it and scoop it up. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's like you're able to do it before it gets too bad. Because Hank would be safety minded. You're able to take it, throw it in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And probably put it out before it. But the conflagration is massive, and now the whole room smells of this. It's crazy. It smells just like that linseed oil that was all over the
Lord.
Sanahina home.
Yeah. Wow.
It reeks. Benji, I need something from Benji.
He's like balled down on the floor, like rocking back and forth, inconsolable, like extremely
Benedict's there
traumatized.
saying,
That being said,
Benji, it's okay. I'm just glad we're watching this unnatural shit burn.
I would like everyone to take 1 sanity point back.
Oh,
Yes.
for destroying
Yeah.
the unnatural.
Destroy
According to the rule set,
unnatural.
when you destroy things that are unnatural, you gain the minimum amount that you would have lost from it back, which is, for both wearers and observers of the Cloak of Truth, 1.
Cool.
So everyone gets 1 point back. So that point that you guys just lost, it just went away. So
The cloak of truth.
Do you think Benji and I bonded in some significant way through this traumatic
For
experience?
sure.
There's probably definitely something there. Talk amongst yourselves and figure out what the hell is happening between your characters as I look that up.
I'm gonna write down a number, and I'm gonna slide it across the table. And that number is 4. I believe that number is 4.
What? John, it's a blank check. Dream bigger.
Dream bigger.
But also, I've lost 2 of my bonds. 2 out of 4.
Right.
Is there a mechanic for getting a bond? Like,
Not really. Not unless
Then-
you have
okay.
not unless you have scenes where you're
I got Benji as a
Right.
bond.
that was from a specific thing from having almost died and being saved, which is a specific
Okay.
mechanical thing.
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
all right. Well, at the very least, Benedict should get some sort of bonus for, like, comforting Benji in this time of, like, absolute crisis.
I will say, I will say, it says this. If you play up one of your agent's personal motivations in a way the handler finds compelling, you may gain 1 willpower point. I don't know if you need willpower points. You can have 1.
I'll take it. That both of us.
No,
I think that would probably only be you.
that'd only be you.
So wait, that a willpower point or a
Willpower
bond point? Okay.
That being said, though, you know what? Actually, like, I hate to drag this out. Like, let me look into this real quick.
This
It
feels
does.
important. And I think when you find that number 4,
Why are you doing that to me?
I am a strong negotiator,
Is-
Joe. Don't you know I've got 1 campaign under my belt?
All right.
And now you get cocky, Jim.
Right. This is cocky John now. Let's see.
You've changed.
Each time someone in your Delta Green team undergoes a catastrophic trauma, there's a chance your agent develops or deepens bonds with her teammates. Such traumas include: a member of the team suffers a temporary insanity, a member of the team gains a new disorder, a member of the team is incapacitated by an injury, a member of the team dies, or anything else that your handler considers
Member of a team
significant stress.
Takes off an unnatural cloak that changed their personality.
After having been
Right there.
imprisoned in their own brain for...
Please roll a sanity check for Benji.
Okay. Rolling. Say success. 21 under 36.
You do not create a new bond.
Weird.
Oh.
A sanity check that you
That's where we
want to
want it
fail?
to fail.
Some of them fail.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's how the dice rolled.
that's how the dice rolled. So, to this end, you guys are now in this house with this awful fucking smell. You probably have to open a fucking window. But Wingy is gone, and Benji is back.
Oh, we missed you, buddy.
He says to himself.
He's just like patting
Days
himself.
missed, Benji.
You buddy.
It's just very confusing.
I missed me. I think.
Okay. I missed me.
God, I missed
buddy.
me, buddy.
Let's get out of here. Let's get in the van. Let's hit the
Yeah.
road. We've got nothing for
Get
us
the
here.
fuck outta
And
here.
let's also just make sure we're not being tailed. Because I know we don't really want to take any of the main roads, but we're going to have to. And we're going to have to be cautious. Still have that APB
I
out.
just got one request. I need to stop by a music store and get me a guitar stat.
Just stat. You guys can probably do that. You guys can probably stop by a pawn shop. Like,
Needs to, like, reestablish
Oh.
his identity as himself
Yeah.
and just, like, fucking in the back of the Jamulet just start fucking wailing on some blues, some slide blues, just
you know,
like...
so
The jambulance, even the jambulance, the nature of the jambulance is changing. It's all changing. It's no longer a jammer jambulance. It's literally a jambulance.
there's jamming happening. You guys,
It's
are
jamming.
you
Hey,
guys?
Benedict,
Go ahead.
you got your phone on you? Record this shit. I got something good bubbling up.
And he just starts, like, fucking
All right.
pouring his heart and soul and all this trauma into like this most amazing. Well, should I roll for how good it is?
Roll how good it is. Roll your music skill. Don't you have a fucking music skill? Yeah, let's let the dice tell the story. That's worked super well thus far.
Art, music.
Art, music.
It just says. Okay.
Let's see what we got.
How old?
Success. 27
That's a
under
27.
58.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's baller.
And it's a rip-roaring video.
Oh my god, Benji's going viral.
So you guys are in the Jambulance
No,
going
I'm not
to Chicago.
sharing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You guys load up. You guys stop by pawn shop. Maybe on the way out, Hank, you look in the rearview mirror. You see the construction workers all seem to kind of stop what they're doing right as you're about to round the corner and kind of look up as if they were kind of waiting for you to go. And they begin to kind of disperse. You guys, as the team loads up for Chicago, could someone please Google for me real quick how long it takes to drive from Boston to Chicago? As the team loads up in the Jambulance, ready to drive to Chicago, you've got 3 drivers, you can pretty much drive all the way around the clock. We're gonna fade down
14 hours.
14 hours. So, you guys, if you guys just drove all the way, you could definitely do it. But we're gonna fade down. And with Benji in the back of the Jambulance playing his heart out. Like, I imagine still, his willpower's still too. His tears still streaming down his eyes, down his face. Like, Hank, and I imagine, Benedict is just happy that Benji's back. Hank, you don't know if you guys are going to make it.
Oh, he's ecstatic.
Hank
I
is
don't know if I'm going to
pragmatic.
what.
I feel like Hank would be like, I don't know if these guys are going to fucking make it.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, they seem more fucked up than he is, kind of thing.
Yeah. You guys.
And he should have spent more money. He should have got something other than a Squire, in my opinion.
Is that a,
Hank
is
has
that
big
a,
opinions on guitar.
is that a brand, a guitar brand?
It's like starter.
It's like bottom tier.
It's pretty entry level.
You guys, that's what they had at the
He's
pawn
the
shop.
blues, man.
yeah,
so-
it sounds
So we'll probably
good.
stay over summer.
As it comes out of tune after every note he hits.
Roll a success on that
exactly
check,
how
you
mine
asshole.
Well, I mean, you're doing as good as you
sounds
can
good
with the
objectively.
Squire, I suppose.
I'm using the shitty tuners to my advantage.
I see.
Roll with it.
And it's gonna
Turns up the radio a little bit.
Yeah, you turn up the radio. You guys, as you guys drive, our scene fades down, and we fade back up. We fade back up to a car we've seen previously, and it is parked not in front of the Boxer Hotel, down the street in an alleyway a little bit. And the camera is focused on the front windshield, like that, looking in, like how you're looking at 2 people driving, right? It's focused in. And the scene for a moment is quiet, just the sound of cars, maybe like a vague sound of someone speaking. And then we hear the sound of footfalls, rapid footfalls, as someone's running. We hear the sound of beep beep as the car unlocks, and we see 2 people slam into the car. It is the woman we saw earlier, and Axel Armstrong. Axel's is still wearing his Hawaiian shirt. He still has a pair of sunglasses, a pair of like aviator sunglasses hung on his collar, but they're bent. And he looks like he's been in a scuffle. And down the left side, from his left shoulder down to about his waist, is something dark and a brownish red down his side. And his eyes are wide. His headband is gone. And the woman next to him, her eyes are wide and her face is pale. And she just says, "Drive, goddammit, drive." Axel obliges. They pull out of the alleyway fishtail as we continue to see the scene with them looking in. And as they pull away, we just begin to see the wisp of smoke beginning to billow out from the 6th floor of the Boxer Hotel in the background.
Damn.
Wow. So he's
Hold on.
part of DG? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because he offed our fucking candler.
The woman
Prior to
pulls
this.
out a cell phone, and it's in like a she reaches under her seat and pulls out a cell phone that's in like a gallon Ziploc bag, opens it up, powers it on. It looks like it's probably never been used before. She sticks it to her ear, still eyes wide, face pale. Says, "Yeah, it's me. Darius is gone. No, yeah, we did what we were No, he's dead. He's dead. What? No, we can't No, we haven't fucking found the what? God damn it. And she hangs up the phone and she breaks the phone in half, pulls the SIM card out, fucking like puts it in her mouth and snaps it off, spits it out the window and throws the rest out the window.
They're looking for us.
And
Axel,
they fucking destroyed all that evidence. We left a bunch of shit in that hotel room.
Axel is his knuckles white. You know, he reaches down, attempts to put the sunglasses on, but they're all fucked up, and he just kind of throws them in the back seat. And he's like, well, guess we're not off the hook yet. Looks like our quarry is still at large. You good? And she kind of composes herself, reaches in her waistband and pulls out a pistol, drops the mag, looks how many rounds she has. She says, "Yeah, still good." Slams it back in the pistol as we smash cut away from that scene.
Who is this chick? She's a badass, and also, how dare you make Axel an adversary? You absolute dick.
Oh my god. I hope Axel's rolling for sanity as much as we are. With
you
the
worry
shit
about
he's
Axel.
going through.
Axel's got
Awesome
his
scene,
own life.
Joe.
Yeah,
Very
cool.
well done.
Damn,
absolutely
we left a
worrying
bunch of
about
shit in that
Axel.
room.
I wouldn't get too attached to anything, Brad.
How'd they get in there?
Is
That
this
was like
the
they had
How
a
did they get in there?
Is this the newly DM'd John talking? Don't get too attached to anything. Nothing matters.
never know.
because we had a specific key that would only unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that specific room, right? Like you turn the key, and it's like the room that the other guys were in, the Delta Green agents that something happened to them were in. And but if you opened it without the key, it was just like a normal room. Am I correct in saying that?
The room wasn't there at all.
Yeah.
Man.
Axel and this lady, they're a bunch of pros. They seem to know what the fuck they're
The
doing
lady
compared
almost
to us.
seems more impressive than Axel.
What if
She
it's the
seems like
chick
a fucking
that
killer?
who's the chick that we was higher up that we met?
Yeah, have we
with the
seen
plane at the jet with the at the air hangar.
The cinematic viewer of this would say, no, that's not her.
Okay, gotcha.
She wouldn't be out on a mission. She's like a runner of Delta
No,
Green.
she's way too high up.
We don't
At
know how
this
top
point-
priority we are.
At this point in time,
As would the viewer of this vignette know the name of this lady, Axel and
they know Axel. They don't know her.
Hmm.
They know
Got a
that
new
they,
player in the game.
the viewer of this cinematic event would also notice that there was a third person there before.
It's a child. Why is a 3-year-old in the car?
It was the other gunman who
Yeah,
killed,
that died.
who killed
yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah, but
One who
apparently
had been
he's
shot.
dead,
Mhm.
and his name was Darius.
He seems dead.
So, here's the problem. We go back to the Jambulance. You guys are exiting Boston. Every single radio station breaks about once every 10 minutes to remind the people of Boston there are dangerous men at large escaped from a psychiatric facility. You know those big signs they have on highways that might say like "buckle up" and stuff like that, like the big like light up signs that with the text on them? There are warnings like with your descriptions. 3 white males, ages between blah 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 and blah blah blah, as you guys are driving. So my question first and foremost is, it sounds like Hank is driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hank's always driving.
Is Benedict sitting in the front seat?
Well, if I'm jamming at the back with Benji, probably not. Especially after what they've just been through, he's probably going to try and look after him.
Could someone... You know what? I'm going to roll it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to pull a Jean. I'm learning from Jean.
Hit those luck rolls, yeah.
Roll a D100, got a 37. Okay. You guys drive through Boston. You make it out of the city. By the time you make it out of the city, the flashing road text signs change a little bit, and maybe as you get away further and further afoot, or from Boston, you actually, you pick up some other radio stations that don't seem to have mention of you. It seems like.
Do we hear anything about the hotel?
Ooh, yeah, maybe you actually do. Maybe you do hear about, it's like you maybe hear, like a shock jock. Like a Bostonian shock jock. It's like, what the hell's going on in the city? Escaped madmen and now hotels, famous hotels downtown burning down. What the hell's going on? The mayor of the city has a lot to answer. Blah 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 blah. But it's the whole thing. Whatever side of the political spectrum they're on, they have a problem, and it's the other side's fault. That's the takeaway.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to hear from you guys. But, that being said, you guys begin to make it out of Boston and toward Chicago. I would say about the time you guys actually head over the state line. Not too long after that. Hank, are you going to drive the whole 14 hours? If you do, you're probably going to burn some willpower. Because that's actually exerting yourself, I believe.
I think Hank will ask. He's not going to ask Benji because he knows Benji's at a time. He's going to ask Benedict.
I never learned how to drive. I can drive a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You just sit back there and learn how to tune that guitar. Benedict can. You might give me a hand here.
A doctorate in music doesn't know how to tune a guitar.
So
you guys, you switch out some point in time. Maybe about the time you get to the Illinois line, so it's not too far to Chicago then, or maybe I'm forgetting. It doesn't matter. You're out of Massachusetts, and Benedict. Not long after you guys switch out, you're driving, and you see a white SUV pull in behind you. You just kind of see it come from afar as it begins to pick up on you, and it gets up to you and seems to hover. You're kind of out in the middle of nowhere to a great extent, and it could pass if it wanted to, but it doesn't.
Can I see who's in it?
Not with that a failed alertness of 73 or 51, you can't. But I will say that your curiosity is quickly ameliorated by flashing blue and white lights.
damn.
That light up from it's like from the light bar above that you had not recognized at first. I think this might be law enforcement.
Oh, this is bad.
What?
Hank,
Okay, so there's a
Hank's kind of like dozing off,
Hank.
trying to, and he's like, Wank's
Hank.
taking up a little bit.
Hank, wake up! We've got cops. What are we dealing with here? How do we deal with this?
Probably just no, all right, now play it cool. It's probably just the locals.
Well,
How far are we outside of Chicago?
Get your gun ready.
Like I said, I think you guys are probably, you know what, let's roll a luck roll. Let's see how fucked you are. Decently fucked.
Does that mean we're fucked?
That's a 92. That's decently
That's
fucked.
much.
You guys,
And what-
We may need to
Abruptly
kill
stops
some-
playing guitar.
you guys are
and
not
throws-
in. You're not like in a city, but you are like there are. You know, you can't typically. You know, there are houses. Like you're not out in the middle of nowhere. It's it's fairly sparse, but it's like if, for instance, hypothetically, if someone needed to, murder someone in secret, this is not the place to do it. Completely hypothetically. So
Hank gets his pistol already,
okay.
but
Hank,
you take the
get
lead,
ready.
Benedict. Oh,
We have a
go
choice.
ahead.
We have a choice.
Are
I don't
you
know if I'm
stopping?
stopping here. We have the jambulance. We could just jam the
Oh,
signal.
shit,
They're not going
you're
to radio
right.
for help, or they can try and radio for help, and
Nice.
we could just get them to the right place.
Never
if
had
we
I
need.
imagined.
But I'm probably going to have to drive like hell.
Now I'm gonna. Hank would. I
Or
would
we
stop,
stop.
but still put on the jam. Benji, if you would oblige him and turn on the jams. But I think we should pull over and see if we
starts
can get out of
playing
this.
harder.
We're going to get recognized.
Benji stops jamming and
Starts
starts jamming.
Okay, hold on. Hank's gonna roll. What can Hank roll to like? Does he really think we're gonna get like? Would the news be this far outside of Boston?
Probably like a law enforcement or criminology or even bureaucracy. Kind of dealer's
I'm gonna
choice
do
here. But Benji's going
bureaucracy.
to turn on the jambulance.
Fell 69. Okay.
You simply cannot say, Hank, because you're not internal to this system. You don't know how far this manhunt has gone. Like I said, it seems like once you got away from Boston that things came off. But seriously, like with your high criminology, the fact that you're a law enforcement, this could be nothing. This could be nothing. It's like I imagine that Benedict and you guys have been very careful about speeding and things like that. So it's like you don't know, but you also know that now whoever this is in this car, they're not going to be able to talk to anyone else. You do know that. Now that the jambulance is on, and maybe
I
even
say
as
pull
as the jammer goes on, maybe you see. And you see there are two people. You can see that there are two people in the car.
Oh,
and you
shit.
see that they seem to start fiddling with their
This
things.
is a problem.
Yeah. I say pull over.
Hank, this is a problem. We've got a van full of guns
Do we?
as well.
You fucking do. You have a 50 caliber machine gun. Probably under a sheet.
That's what
and the
and a
sniper
sniper
rifle.
rifle. Like,
yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say when I stopped playing. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
We could do this. Fuck.
I also have a flashbang, Hank.
We've
We
had
have
it
a
this whole
flashbang.
time.
Do you want to just throw a flashbang at the car?
Are they? They're gonna be able to see the
This is
guns
where we gotta
if they
use
pull
it.
us over. There's not like a curtain.
No.
No.
They're
Just-
concealed.
I would say that that you guys are definitely smart enough to not just have them on the dashboard. Have an AK just like
Yeah.
up there.
Playing with them.
You guys probably have all this stuff concealed in the back. Benji's basically like sitting on it.
Listen, I think we should pull over. We still got our fake FBI credentials. I think we can play this out. That's coming from a law enforcement background. It's probably nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit
right.
don't necessarily have to go south. Let's play it cool.
Okay.
Let's play it
right.
cool.
A tear rolls down his eye.
Benedict is trembling. He does not do well under pressure, and especially under law enforcement pressure. But he'll stop the car and pull over and get ready to.
Yeah. Put on the flashers, hands on the steering wheel, that whole thing, right?
That's ironic because Benedict has the best stats for this, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Benedict take the lead as far as like talking to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't like
There
cops.
is the car pulls over, sits behind you for a little while. It feels like maybe a bit too long. And again, you can see the people. You can see two people inside. It looks like two men, and you can see them kind of like looks like they're fucking with their equipment, right? Like how cop cars have like those like laptop stuff. And it started when you started getting jammed, so they're having some type of fucking problem back there. It looks like, and they eventually. They get out. They get out, and you see that they have the look state troopers. They have those,
Damn.
you know, the state trooper hats, like the Mountie kind of style hats, like the campaign hats.
Yep.
They have those hats, and you know they've got their guns and their radios and stuff. You see, one of them actually takes his radio and takes it off his belt and throws it into the seat of the car. You know, again, nothing in, nothing out. One of them walks up to the driver's side, and the other one kind of walks to the back and just kind of stands. He doesn't come all the way to the passenger door. He just kind of stands back a little bit. But, you know, they both get out of the car, and the one walks to the driver's door. Is the window rolled down when he gets there? Okay.
Yeah. The problem?
He does that
officer?
thing where he walks up and he puts his hand on the back of the car and leaves a handprint on the car like they do, you know, and he gets up there. He says, well, good, sir, good afternoon. License and registration, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hands it over.
The FBI.
Do you?
Is it Hank as
what?
well? The
You
FBI
hand,
credentials?
that's the first thing you pop out is blam, FBI credentials.
Yeah.
Yep. Like,
He goes, oh, and he kind of takes that from you and he looks at it. He's like, oh, wow.
He can't run it.
He's like,
yeah. Do you want to run that?
he's like,
We're on a bit of a time budget.
I seem to be having some this is not what I was. You mind stepping out of the car?
Oh, no problem. He'll
Okay.
do it.
He's like, how many? Who all you got back there with you?
Two other officers.
Other officers.
How's
officer-
it going, officer? It's a FBI agent, Ellis here. As my colleague said, we are a bit on a time crunch here. Can I ask what the problem is?
Well, Agent Ellis, we're just doing some routine stuff here. Would you mind stepping out as well? Just real quick. We're
Sure. And he makes it, I mean, Hank's not going to hide his gun. I mean, they know he's FBI agents now, so he has it on his holster. He steps out with his pistol.
drawn.
Not drawn, just
Trained on his face.
There's
Yeah,
some
Hank,
Mexican
you get out,
standoff
and
shit
there's
about to
the
happen.
second cop there, and he's just kind of staying there. But roll an alertness check. Take plus 20 for Hank.
Can I do
This is
as
fishy.
well?
This is fishy as fuck.
success.
This is so sus.
Hank, you get out and you see you get on the passenger side, and this guy, he's there. He just kind of motions for you to kind of come back to the back of the van. You know, and about that time, Benedict, you're coming to the back, and the guy, the first cop, says to you, he's like, Agent, whatever Benedict's fake last name is. He's like, or wait, what was it? Agent Inputting here. Do you, Agent Matador? Do you have? Is somebody else back there? It kind of sounds like there might be someone else back there.
Can I
Yeah, you
human
can.
this motherfucker? I need to get to the bottom of this. What is happening? Critical success.
Nice.
These guys are not on the level. These
What do
guys
you
are.
mean?
What do you mean?
These guys are intent. You feel like these guys are intent on arresting you. This is not a random stop. This has nothing to
Okay.
do with that.
Okay.
Hank, with your alertness success, you see, which would not have been a success, and I gave you a modifier. I gave you a plus 20 because you are law enforcement. You're looking as this guy turns around and looks. That is not a real uniform.
Holy shit.
That
Uh-oh.
Oh shit! This is Delta
something
Green.
like whoever this is. They are not real cops. And about that time, as you're coming around and Hank has that realization, the other cop reaches and knocks on the back door of the van. He's like, why don't you, would you step back here, sir? Which is interesting because he didn't wait for you to answer him to see if there was anybody else. And I think that
Oh no! Come
No,
on,
I was
man!
about to light shit up. I was about to
Oh, it's so
motion to
tense.
Is probably a good place to
Oh,
stop.
you bastard.
Oh man,
Good on ya.
guys. Ew. Impossible landscapes. We're back. Ooh.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Good to be back. Good to have Benji back.
Good kickle.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Benji is. It's been a bit of a ride with Benji. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we like lost him for half a chapter.
But it has been rad. It's been really, really good. That being said, everyone listening, everyone watching, thank you so much for joining us. I cannot tell you how much it means to us to have that people enjoy this. If you really like us, you want to head on over, if wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, if you have the option to leave a review or a comment or something like that, or give us a rating, please do. Give us a good one. Tell a friend about us. Be like, hey, these guys, they're okay. They get some shit wrong sometimes, but they're still all right. Tell your friends about us. If you really, really like us, if you want to get the episodes a week early, you want to get a hold of some of our Patreon exclusive stuff, including backup character creations, the sanity check, and we actually just recorded the Delta Green Reverberations debrief with John.
That was a good
Which
one.
was good. That's going to be for our patrons. If you want to be a part of that, head on over to our Patreon. It's linked in this. And join us over there. It's just $3. You buy us a cup of coffee every month. It's really handy. And I do want to thank a new patron. I want to thank Nathan.
Nathan,
Thank you.
welcome.
Hello.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Nathan.
Nathan.
You son of a bitch.
Now that
Get in
you've
the
joined the
ambulance.
Patreon, you should subscribe to the OnlyFans.
That is a side project, not official.
Not official.
It's the Green Box Gaming OnlyFans.
Script
No
flip. These cops are strippers.
Oh god.
But yeah, thank you everyone so much. I'm glad to be back to Impossible Landscapes. I was like, oh man, I don't know how this is gonna go, but hey, it's good. I already
Yeah,
like it.
it's
already tense.
You picked up beautifully.
Huge episode for me.
Yeah.
This Wingy Benji drama. I'm glad that's resolved. I'm so glad Benji's back.
Yeah.
I can only imagine
For
what
now.
listeners are like. What the fuck is
fuck
Dave
is
doing
happening?"
with this bullshit? Like, if we were bigger and there are actual comments coming in, like I can just imagine the frustration of the listeners.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm there with you, buddy. It's equally frustrating for me. I'm just rolling with the dice.
Right. Yeah. No, and I think that's one of the things I love about how we do it. But guys, you motherfuckers, thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Back
Yeah.
at you, Joe.
Yeah, that was great.
And
Good to be playing Impossible Landscapes again.
yeah, we'll try to get back into our regular schedule. And to that end, we're only doing the one episode, only the one recording right now. But next time we'll get back to doing it. Those watching live, thank you so much for joining us as always. Those listening later, again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for coming on the Jambulance with us. It's getting crowded back there, machine guns and guitars and all sorts of shit. But and about to be
maybe
two bodies.
Certainly two bodies.
But everyone, thank you so much. Continue to follow us next time. Join us next time. And remember, as always, stay safe and stay
sane.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Should we say it together?
Alright.
I feel like we should say it together. You know what's great combo? Yogurt and coffee. Something
Really?
about the yogurt enhances the taste of the coffee.
Like instead of creamer.
No, I mean
think it's
eating the yogurt, drinking the coffee.
Just dumping it in. That's enough for content. Yogurt.
Probably be fun as well.
It's like, what a fucking
yeah.
psychopath. Like, I.